mission to complete a triathlon from the UK to the top of Mount Everest. I just finished swimming the English Channel, one of the hardest swimming challenges in the world, and I'm about to embark on the next stage of my expedition. For the next 8 months, I'll be cycling 11,000 from 12 countries to India before running and hiking to base camp and climbing the tallest mountain in the world. But right now, I'm in tatters. Swimming the channel was the hardest thing I've ever done, and it has wrecked my body. This challenge will take absolutely everything I've got.
You as well.
20 hours later, and you've made it back to the spot.
Yeah.
How's your body feeling?
Broken. Hardly with my shoulder, wrist is swollen up again. Mouth and tongue have completely swollen because of drinking about 10 litres of seawater. Mentally, I just feel great. And I don't sound it, but so strong. You know, there was always going to be a recovery needed after this before the next stage. I was spent when I got out of that water. Even another half a kilometre, I would have struggled badly. It's as if it was meant to happen, exactly that amount of swimming. But it just makes it a bit sweeter. That's with anything, you know? The harder the struggle, the sweeter the reward. Sit down, Golden. Golden.
Good morning, Nikki.
Good morning. So Mitch has tonsillitis, which isn't Mitch is We're gonna send some medications over to the pharmacy here. He's gargling some salt water to try and shorten the infection time.
Done. Oh, that's disgusting. Surely there's not salt water in my mouth.
I enjoy the fact that you're solving a problem that was caused by salt water, with salt water.
Salt water.
I was itching to get on the road, but I had no choice but to spend the next few days recovering. With an infection hidden amongst my injuries, moving too soon could be a trip ender. So I spent the time rebuilding my strength and preparing mentally for the mammoth task ahead. But before I knew it, the big day was looming. So I said a tearful goodbye to my mum and producer Molly and geared up.
Bye bye.
Stop, Mum. See you later.
Hi guys.
What a way to start, eh? There you go.
Nothing like a bit of lovely French samoa.
Oh, God. Quick, stop raining, go.
Oh, no. Time to go, buddy.
Good, buddy.
Time to go. Wow, it's time to go.
Right, we're about to cycle to India. Time to go clean shaven for the first time in years. We go.
You happy?
He looks like a different man, doesn't he?
He looks so different.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. What a transformation.
Love you.
Right.
Well, we'll see you soon. Journey begins. See you soon.
I've got this.
See you later. A few days ago, I swam the channel and landed right here on this spot on the beach. We're about to cycle 11,500 Let's do it.
How you feeling, Mitch? You ready to go?
I'm at 80%, mate, so yeah, obviously going as light as possible to start with, getting over tonsillitis and these infections, so that's the only reason Buddy's not getting pulled along from the start. With the amount of water that I inhaled and aspirated, there's a much higher risk of pneumonia.
Pneumonia could be a trip ender, right?
Yeah, we're going to do it and we'll be fine.
And we've got a nice bit of rain to send you off as well.
Start, mate.
Lovely.
Absolutely. This was it. The sprint was out the way and now it was time for the marathon. 11,000 kilometres of brutal cycling was about to begin.
Go on, Mitch.
No. We're walking the first bit. It's fine.
Such an
Get to the top
anticlimax.
of this ramp, then I'll start cycling. Pissing it down, walking up a hill. You know, it's going to be a long 11,500
Right. Second time lucky. Come on, Mitchell.
Boy, down. Down. And we were off. Adrenaline rushed through me as I powered away from the coast in the direction of India. Even though phase 1 was out of the way, this felt just as huge. While the channel was the most intense phase of the expedition, it was over in 18 hours. This one wouldn't be over for 4 long months. I took a deep breath, focused on the present, and made my way west towards Calais. Here we go, guys. Climbing a little hill half hour into 11,500 journey to Nepal. Taking it nice and easy today to try and make sure no infections come back. These French roads are good. We'll be in Belgium by this afternoon. It wasn't too long before the hills gave way to flat ground as I entered the city. Allez, Francais. Despite knowing this was only the beginning, I was in good spirits and moving well. But of course, I only had to wait 10 kilometres before something went wrong.
Right, we have a message from Mitch.
Go on.
Puncture already.
Oh my god.
I thought it was a gunshot.
So if we average every 10k, that's 1,150 punches.
Right, let's go get him.
Good start.
It was a good start. I've had a big map within an hour. First of many, Stan. You ready for this?
Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah, look.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
It's a decent little hole, that.
It's a big explosion, that, mate. Myself. I didn't think I'd be doing the tyre change getting 2 hours into day one.
But it's great. It's going to be an action-packed video, man. We don't have any footage either of the explosion, so we might have to dramatically recreate it.
Yeah.
Fake, buddy. I think he's going to drive off. Right, what's the plan, gang?
We're going to Decathlon because hopefully we'll have a new tyre for the bike, but we're also getting the replacement bike, so we're always going to have a spare.
In case this happens, yeah. This is great. We're just doing this to demonstrate our strategy for the audience.
This was frustrating, but we had solutions. The team and I headed to a shop, got the tyre replaced, and bought a backup bike as quickly as we could. I lost mileage today, but hopefully next time we'll be ready.
How many Ks today, do you reckon?
All the delays, just 80 would be good.
Will that take us into Belgium?
Yeah. We're
Amazing.
getting to Belgium today.
That's one country done in a day.
Yeah.
Can't argue with that.
I hit the road again, pushing as hard as my body could take to squeeze every last kilometre out of the day as I inched towards the Belgian border. Some big old onions around us. Thousands of onions. Smells beautiful. Here we are riding through Dunkirk. Amazing place, so much history. Awesome. Come on, Belgium. The weather turned as I pushed on, from blue skies to torrential rain and back again, seemingly every 5 minutes. But later, and more tired than planned, the border was finally in sight. We are just crossing into Belgium now.
Welcome to Belgium, brother.
Are we in now?
Yeah, that was it.
Hey, my boy. Oh, country one done, bud. Country one.
That was quick. I think they'll all be like that, won't they?
Oh, yeah. Feeling good. Just obviously a couple of mishaps today, but
Yeah.
you're
excited to see Mitch, buddy? Comments, thoughts?
I've done 80k today. It's not a lot, but
That's not that bad. That's about what you said you were happy with at the start of the day.
yeah.
So, and you've made it to Belgium, so that's the main thing. Time to go camping.
actually, let's go camping, boys. A final, very Belgian 5k push took me to the campsite as night fell.
How you feeling after day one in the saddle?
Not too bad, mate. Very lucky. First couple of weeks are pretty much flat. So it's almost like a nice warm-up before the hills start to come in Germany.
Grit your teeth and get on with it then.
Exactly. Come on in.
How'd you sleep, fella?
Not great. Woke up sweating, the bed soaked.
Really?
Yeah.
Still feverish vibes.
Yeah.
That's not good.
No, it's not good.
Don't want you to get fucking pneumonia.
Yeah, that would be great.
It's planned then, Mitch.
Just go a quick breakfast literally and then just waddle onto the bike. Hopefully, yeah, I think I'm alright. Bit worrying though. Had to keep inching that way. And I ended up with my f***ing head touching the end.
Like a slug leaving a trail of sweat behind you.
Pretty much. It's over there. That's it. He knows I'm going, mate.
Right, get out. Go.
See you there, bud.
I can feel his little heart beating.
Yeah.
My fever returning was pretty concerning, but at this point, I had to keep going and just see how I felt. Despite this, as I made my way along the beautiful canals and flat cycle tracks, I found ways to keep things upbeat.
Buddy. Here comes Stan. Look at this. This is hilarious.
Buddy safely back under control. The boys and I pushed on towards one of Belgium's most famous cities, Bruges.
You excited for Bruges, buddy? Bruges.
Bruges, established over 1500 years ago, is home to not one but 50 castles and is the origin of the French fry. Filled with medieval buildings, over 80 bridges and a whole load of chocolate. It's known as one of Belgium's most visited cities. For us, it was lunch.
There he is.
How goes the day?
Not too bad, mate.
Thoughts on Bruges?
Beautiful.
Isn't it?
Worth to stop, mate, isn't it?
Enjoy your burger. This is a good time to mention how many calories roughly are you going to need to take in a day?
The aim is about 5,000.
That's a decent chunk of calories.
To try and maintain, because by doing a pace that's slow enough to not really burn too many calories, but I'm still, regardless, going to be burning thousands because of the time I'm on the bike.
How much weight did you lose in the swim?
2 kilos.
2 kilos from one exercise. Jesus, it's kind of terrifying. It's time to go. How far are we going today?
About 110k. It's not quite what I will be at, but after about a week or so, I should be comfortably hitting like 140, 150 days.
And what's the rush in Europe? Because there is a little bit of a rush on, isn't there?
Getting to Iran for the time when the visa's meant to start, yeah, it is what it is. I'm not gonna myself up. No matter what happens, there's gonna be a solution.
Give us.
Bye, Bruges! Conscious of the 4,000k I still had to bash out in the next month, I made a quick getaway through the alleys and crowds through the rest of the city. It was a beautiful place and a nice stop off, but I had a job to do, so I pushed on, hell bent on hitting the day's mileage. Meanwhile, the team had slightly different problems.
Literally just avoided your foot. Right, we're in a bit of a predicament here. Buddy is an upset stomach.
Here we go.
That's a full-on gag.
Oh, that was literally uncontrollable.
I'm literally crying. Buddy's tail between his legs. Oh. So Stan, what do you make of Bruges so far?
Beautiful, lovely. Buddy has just had several accidents in a row. We are sans poubag, français. So we've had to make do with some kitchen. Well, I say we, I've had to make do while Marius stands and laughs.
Yeah, to be honest, it's been one of the funniest experiences of my life.
As the boys continued to explore, kitchen roll on hand, I was already back in nature, approaching 90k.
These European cycle lanes are a dream compared to the UK. I'm not being hit by a truck every 5 seconds.
I was keenly aware of how tough this expedition was going to be, but for the time being, I was just grateful to be here. Not many people get the opportunity to choose their suffering, and being out alone on my bike in beautiful nature, attempting to achieve my childhood dreams was a privilege. This was what got me through the day to camp.
Hello.
Hello, come here. You're right. That video of him nearly crapping on your shoes, what I needed. That's what I needed to get me through.
What's your distance today?
About 110, but considering I woke up this morning, bed full of sweat, and I've still got a fever, I'm happy with that.
Are you still feeling a fever?
No, I feel good.
Good. Might be a good opportunity to show our wonderful home.
A wonderful home it is.
Look at that thing.
Never have I been used to this level of luxury. I'm used to camping underneath bridges or in random forests. Come on in. Got the eating, seating area. Buddy's little bed. I've got the master suite. So lucky. Well, we're enjoying this first few weeks of luxury while we can before
Everything comes crashing.
Before we end up with our kitchen, which hopefully isn't broken there. That's sound. But yeah.
Don't worry about that.
Nah,
It's meant to do
easy
that.
peasy. It's meant to do that. We haven't even used this yet. Have not used and we won't use. Stanley and Marius's bed for each of them, up and down.
Buddy's paw print.
Buddy's paw prints, he left his mark on Stan's bed. And then our fridge.
Look at that.
Can't ask for much more than that.
Any fever last night?
A little bit of sweating, but not as bad as the night before.
That's good. If you're improving after 110k, that's a good sign. You got a little bit of crisp on your foot.
Great, I'll eat that in a minute.
What are you swapping bikes for?
Just to test, to spare out to make sure there's no issues when we really need it later on down the line.
How far are we thinking today?
See how we go. See how she flies. We're on the other side.
To the other side.
Reassured by my fever improving, I pushed a little harder today. Still aiming to gradually increase my mileage. This time we were heading through Antwerp, another massive city, with an unusual cycle track. This is cool. We are literally in a giant tunnel going across the Scheldt River, 50 metres underground. Bloody bonkers.
Welcome to Antwerp, where it's all about dodging people and dodging bikes and trams and everything.
I gradually stacked up the kilometres, making my way out of the city and into nature as I headed towards the Dutch border.
This bridge is so cool. The sun is finally out in Belgium for the first time. First time we've had sun in the last 3 days properly. There we go.
So we are at day 3 of the cycle. We've done about 320k so far. Last Sunday, 15th, swam in English Channel. Roughly about 10,500 k left of cycling, and then 900k of running, 350k of trekking, and then climbing Everest. What am I excited about? Probably just every day of not knowing what you're going to come across, basically. There's so many different cultures, so many different landscapes, so many different people, and obviously Everest itself, if and when we make it, it's the pinnacle of childhood dream. I remember picking up a book when I was 7 or 8 called Galahad on Everest by Brian Blessed, and it was just got me. It was just like, that was it from day one. I was like, I'm going to do it one day. Well, what drives me to do these things? Fundamentally for me, to tick off dreams and aspirations I've had since I can remember. Secondly, for friends, family, making people proud. But also the other main reason why I'm doing it now, which I never even considered, seeing the genuine change it has in people, like who actually follow along. Anyone that's got people following them, or anyone that's got like an influence, I feel like they got a moral responsibility to do good with it. Having the chance to do that is just amazing. That is more important than any amount of money anyone can give me, than anything. One of the main reasons I'm doing it is Dad, the most level-headed, smart bloke, but the most loving and massively hearted man you could ever meet. He wouldn't listen to other people. If he had an idea, he'd go for it and he'd just do it, much to his peril sometimes. Softest man in the world, but at the same time hard hard as nails in a good way. It's kind of like just the whole shadow of him above me, always feeling that like he's watching. It's like almost gives you a need to just keep on wowing him up there, you know. The idea of him like just being like up there thinking, just calm down, makes me laugh. The thought of disappointing friends or family or disappointing people is scary. For me, the fear of failure is big. Of course I feel like I'm letting not just myself down, but I would feel like I'm letting other people down. Even though I know I shouldn't, I'm just an overthinker. Part of the ADHD, I think, is just the brain just analyses stuff. Wish I could just switch it off, but it's, you know, as anyone with that kind of mind will tell you, it's so hard, you can't just switch it off. Again, it just adds another string to the bow of why I'm not going to quit. Again, so I'm just changing that negative into another positive. I'm most concerned about how my body's going to fare up pretty much in such a long event, because there's no knowing what's going to happen. Everest itself, people would ask, what are you most concerned about? It was always number 1, the channel, number 2, Everest, because they're the two things that are out of my control, down to luck and down to Mother Nature. I guess the attraction is what most people will tell you, you know, the closer you are to danger, the more you feel alive. But at the same time, I'm not stupid, like I'm a calculated idiot, if that makes sense. Having a family one day and being here a long time and having an amazing time with my kids one day is so important to me that I wouldn't ever take stupidly unnecessary risks. I know people are going to laugh when they listen to this and they're like, well, why the hell are you doing the longest climb of Everest in history then? But for me, it's a calculated risk.
If Everest goes wrong, you could die.
Absolutely, yeah.
Does death scare you?
It's all a perspective, isn't it? You know, I look at it as the same as getting on my bike and crossing that road. You know, you've got to be prepared to take the risks if you want to get the rewards. So it's just one of them. Family aren't going to be happy about it, but it's got to be done. Life's too fucking short. When I go to bed, I'll just be thinking about tomorrow. One day at a time, I'll be thinking about where am I stopping for lunch tomorrow? Just keeping focused on the job and compartmentalising. When that monstrous thought pops into your head of it is like that long, I still instantly then just replace that with, but that's still only temporary. This time next year, whatever happens, I'll be sat at home. Either way I'll be telling stories, either way I'll be a happy man.